There was a war between conquistadors and black samurai. You might be asking, how did black people get to Japan? Well, they got there with ships like this one. When the Portuguese and the Spanish came into Asia, they brought three things: guns, religion, and black slaves. However, it's important to remember that not all black people during this time were slaves. This is my next source: the Southern Barbarians. Look at these two mounted kings. One of these kings are black. This is during the Indian Ocean slave trade. Now look at these black slaves getting off of these ships. They are carrying animals in cages and cargo. But these slaves were primarily used for a different purpose. This is my next source: African samurai. And I quote, "This detail from the folding screen above shows both armed African bodyguards and porters carrying bread and a chair." Many of these African bodyguards became samurai. But the reason why you know about Yasuke is because of how documented he was because of his master. Many of these other samurai were lesser known, or they became ronin. This is my next source: Who is Who in Philadelphia. And I quote, "To be a good samurai fighting servant, one must have half black blood in one's veins," says the old Proverbs. In those days, they were not ashamed to acknowledge their black descent. This is my next source: Islam. And I quote, "There is more sea than land, and the islands of the sea between China and Africa are full of blacks." So when the conquistadors reached into the Philippines, they were met by an ethnically diverse group of samurai. Some of these samurai were Japanese, some were Chinese, some were Filipinos, and some were black. These samurai were ronin. A samurai without a master in feudal Japan was called a ronin. Remember, those African slaves became ronin. These men were pirates. They were samurai, and they also carried the guns that they traded with the conquistadors. So they fought with guns and swords. This was called the Battle of Kagan.